Living in the presence. I still feel a little twangy, a little loud.
Yep.
I looked at this from all points of view. Dwelling, expressing, and listening. So I came up with some questions. And the first question has to do with dwelling. And that question is, how am I focusing my life energy? What direction am I going? To be or not to be? That is the question. Or maybe just let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. And as far as expressing goes, what is happening now? Am I a human being or am I a being that's human? I think about that for a little bit. Kind of chicken and egg kind of thing. And then I thought about listening. And I thought, well, how do I listen? How do I listen to the presence? And of course, the answer came to me, meditate. So, took all these and I just kind of whirled them around and I thought, you know, what do other people have to say about it? You know, when you're expressing, it's like, you know, what am I doing? And am I going nowhere, like capital N-O, capital W-H-E-R-E? Am I going nowhere? Or am I somebody who's now here, capital N-O-W, capital H-E-R-E?
That is cool.
Maybe I've arrived. Maybe I'm already here. Maybe I don't have to go anywhere. So, but how do I get there? And we get there through awareness. When we become aware of what we're doing and how we're doing it, if we're practicing and we're using those techniques of gratitude, being thankful, being non-judgmental, just living in that field of pure possibilities. Deepak Chopra calls it the field of all possibilities. When we dwell in that, aren't we aligning ourselves with that most powerful force that can make things happen in our life? If I'm in alignment, then I feel like I'm flowing with the correct kind of energy. Nice, positive energy, everything's going smoothly, everything's going good. But if I get off track a little bit, and was over at the Pacific Coast Church not long ago and heard a talk by Dr. Bill over there, and he talked about a wheel and the hub, and how when we're in the hub, that's like our perfect place to be. And my interpretation of that was, if I'm in the hub, I can be an observer and I can watch it all going around me, and I don't have to jump out there and get involved in it. I can just kind of sit back, and if I'm listening to that inner intuition that I have, then the Spirit will move me when it's time to participate. So I had another thought, and I thought, well, maybe I'll start this way. Maybe I'll say, what is now? Like, right now. What is now? Okay, it's the present moment, and if I try to catch it, it's gone. You know, I could be jumping all over trying to catch this moment. I got to grab it and get as much as I can out of it. But what came to me is that now is really naturally observing whatever is happening. I like it. Mm-hmm. So I think the basis for all of that is, what are we listening to? And what's affecting our lives, and what's affecting the direction that we go? And so for me, one of the biggest things is to have my inner self in order. And I must admit, I do cheat. I have a recording of these bowls, and every night when I go to bed, I click on the laptop, and that's how I go to sleep. And so my energy, I feel like my energy stays pretty much in line on the inside. Now, that it doesn't always stay there. It doesn't take much to push you out of the hub, and the further you go out on the spoke, the faster things are going to whirl. And when you realize that, hey, I'm way out here, and there's nothing to grab onto, and as Ange used to say, the alligators are in the pit and they're snapping at you, how do you get back to the hub? Well, you just have to release and come back. And it doesn't take much, you know, especially like if you're moving and you know, you're waiting for a pest inspection, and you're waiting for an appraiser, and you're waiting for just somebody to come and evaluate what you're buying and tell you what's wrong with it. And when that all doesn't happen, you have no control over that. So when are they coming? When are they coming? When are they coming? You're going further and further out on the spoke. And you call and you leave a message and nobody gets back to you. And you're just out there spinning around. Just have to trust that everything is going to work out okay. And just slowly, just retreat back to the hub where you're safe and sound. And where you can observe everything and just say, okay, it'll be another day or two before I hear from them. Or it'll be another day or two before this happens. And although it sounds simple, it's not always easy to do. So what's the easiest way to get back in the hub? I think the easiest way to get back in the hub is to just breathe. To become aware of your breath. And if you meditate on that breath and that breathing, it'll calm you down. I had a day like this recently where I was just inside me, my energy was all messed up and it was going everywhere. So I did probably about a 20-minute workover on myself and did a meditation and concentrated on my chakras. And as I get first chakra, and I would do 7 deep breaths, and I would concentrate on my root, and then concentrate on the sacrum, and then up to the solar plexus, to the heart, to the throat, to the third eye, to the crown. And as I did that, the further up I got somewhere up around my third eye. And have you ever watched water get released from a dam? You know, it's just like this, or like a flash flood, this water just rushes. I had a feeling of energy like that. Like all of a sudden the energy in my body was just flowing. And then I was able to rest and relax and finally go to sleep. So what I'm going to offer this morning is an extended meditation on the bowls. So as we're going to walk up through the different chakras. And I'll be kind of quiet. I won't talk you through it, but each note is a different one. So just sit back, let that vibration affect you, and concentrate on your breathing. Because if you pay attention to that breath, you know, where does it feel? Can you feel it going in through your nose? Do you feel it going down your throat? Do you feel your stomach expanding, or maybe your chest expanding? Just concentrate on that breath. And if you've got anything going on, hopefully it'll all calm down by the time I'm done with this. So we don't necessarily have to have the lights down, but if somebody chooses to do that, I'm fine with that. So everybody get comfortable. And remember, don't forget to breathe and be aware of it.